I'm Stephanie Everett and I'd like to welcome you back to the Suburban Chateau and day 9 of our 12 days of vintage handmade Christmas. Today we're going to go to one of my favorite places in its old Bedford Village in Bedford, Pennsylvania, about 30 miles from our house. But we love to go. They have an evening where they set up luminaries and you get to see all of the vintage buildings and all of the old fashioned ways of making candles. And of course, there's fires lit in every building. It's just a magical evening every time we attend. So I'm so excited to share this special night with you.
Tonight.
Amazing. What a nice night.
It's a gorgeous night out. Yes,
It is.
Yes. Well, for those of you who have just stepped in, this is the Biddle House. This is our oldest cabin here in the village. It was built back in 1762. Other interesting thing about this cabin is our double fireplace. See our double fireplace here? I only have one side lit tonight. Very, very unique. Our large opening was for the heat. So over here is where Mom did her cooking. So very, very unique. We're very fortunate that we have one like that here. It's kind of hard to see. I have some cones in there and some nuts. You'll notice most of my ornaments are folded out paper. Okay, and of course my popcorn. You'll notice here my bird's nest. Traditionally, a German family in their Christmas tree, they would place a bird's nest. Bird's nest is something that is carried on still in my family through the generations, to put a bird's nest in our tree. It was a symbol for... Also notice my tree, if you would choose to have a tree in the diamond at that time.
I like that desk back there. Look, there's a fire. That's nice.
Heat would be evenly distributed more. The teacher could be heard by everyone. If you look on the outside walls, there's desks all the way around. The oldest students sat on the outside wall facing the wall, which they could work more independently.
One of the things I really enjoy about this evening is that we frequently run into friends. And in the farmhouse, we were lucky enough to run into the family of one of my students, and one of my students was there as a reenactor as well. So that was pretty exciting. So you get to see Caleb and his family.
This is tic-tac-toe on steroids. Sorry, I'm the biochemist. Somebody else calls it tic-tac-toe extreme. Okay. So each player had 9 marbles. And you put them down, and the goal is to get 3 in a row. Okay, so of course, if it's here, then I'll come across and block my opponent. Once you get all 9 down, you can start moving them around the board, but you have to follow the lines. If you get 3 in a row, you get to remove one of your opponent's pieces. And then, so 100 years ago. So you would put them in, yep, you get 4 in a row. This became, let's see, we got to be careful here. This became...
That looks really good. What'd you make? Roast?
Potatoes, and that was steak tips.
Ooh,
He did the cooking.
nice job.
And cooked the potatoes some at home.
That looks amazing.
Those potatoes are hot, man.
I always love to see the craftspeople in action at Old Bedford Village. Is one of the things that really intrigues me. It reminds me a lot of Colonial Williamsburg, but it's a lot closer to us. And on this evening, we did get to see the blacksmith working at his forge, and that was really exciting. Many years also, we have also seen the candles being dipped at that same time. But it's always exciting to see the folks that are reenactors enjoying the historic buildings that are right there in Bedford Village.
Also, if the traveling minister came to town, he would stay here. if he invited friends or family, they would stay here. But once again, and
Thank you so much for joining me as we went to Bedford Village, one of the most magical and whimsical places at Christmas time. Got to see some of this incredible handmade candles and all kinds of different things there in Bedford Village. And I'm hoping that you get a chance to stop by Bedford as well. Thanks so much for joining us on day 9 of our Vintage Handmade Christmas. Next up, we'll be decorating with some vintage designs for the holidays.